What's up guys, it's your boy Scion and I'm back and it's another episode of the MMO Show. Now what I'm going to do this week is I want to actually show you guys the up and coming MMOs and just, have a little bit of fun with them. Now what you're looking at right now, of course, is Blade and Soul and Mushin's Tower and just going through it and getting stronger and just trying to get through the floors because I want to get through them. Even though the patch happened already, I kind of wanted to do that before the patch, but neither here nor there, it happened anyway. But like I said, this week is going to be all about the new MMOs that are coming in 2016. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to let each of them play as a trailer, and it's probably going to be like 9 to 10 of them. I will not be talking in any of them, but it's just to let you see what's coming out, because I know a lot of people always ask me what I'm going to play and what's coming out new and everything. So I just want to actually get that out there for you guys and show you everything that's going to happen and everything that these games have to offer without my input. It's just straight up what each game has to offer, and you just have fun with it. I will have timestamps in the description below so you understand and know what each game is, and I'll try to put the links to each game so you can go to their home pages if you want to get into the open betas or whatever beta that they're on right now. So other than that, without further ado, let's get into the latest and newest MMOs for 2016.
Must be destroyed! Yes, sir! The gate is ours! Yes, Captain!
Hi, I'm Gordon Walton, and I've executive produced some games you might have heard of, such as Ultima Online, The Sims Online, Star Wars Galaxies, and Star Wars The Old Republic.
Hi, and I'm J. Todd Coleman. I'm the creative director of Shadowbane, Wizard 101, and Pirate 101.
And we're the founders of Artcraft Entertainment.
So our goal at Artcraft is to create a new type of online experience, something that hasn't been done before.
I want to play something with the intensity of a season of Game of Thrones, only in a game setting.
Yeah, exactly. Allies, enemies, alliances, betrayal, conquest. These are the components that we feel are lacking in today's online experiences.
And we're going to change that.
So Crowfall is a mix of a massively multiplayer online role-playing game and a strategy game. The problem is those are two very, very different genres. In an MMO, the expectation players have is that the world will be persistent, actually permanent. In a strategy game, the expectation is that the game is over when somebody wins. So imagine a family gets together once a year for a game of Risk. At the end of the night, they just throw a tablecloth over the board, they come back the next year, and they pick up the game from where they left off last year. The first year would actually be a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody would be in the game, jockeying for position, trying to figure out where their place was in the world. By year 2, one person, let's say Uncle Bob, starts to pull ahead. A few people drop out, the other people are still kind of enjoying themselves, though it's pretty obvious that they're not going to win. By year 3, Bob is clearly pulled ahead and everyone else is bored. In fact, the only one having fun at this point is Uncle Bob. Fast forward 10 years. Bob is now an unassailable tyrant, and anyone who even tries to challenge him is crushed instantly. Nobody's having fun, not even Uncle Bob. This is the problem with a strategy game. A strategy game inherently has to have a chance to restart, or the game simply doesn't work. It stops being fun.
So the concept is the heroes are permanent, but the worlds, they're not. They decay, they get destroyed. Imagine you're playing a campaign, say 3 months. The campaign ends. Well, your character doesn't get destroyed, the world gets destroyed. After that's done, you get to pick a whole new campaign. At any given time, there may be dozens of campaigns. You just choose one, and in you go.
Each world in the Crowfall universe is unique. Unique map, unique rule set, unique victory conditions. It's like a bunch of massively multiplayer games of Risk all running together at the same time. Players choose a world and then a team, either a faction or a guild, and then they vie for control of that world.
Each map is filled with ancient ruins and towns, caves, stuff for players to explore.
Our whole world is fully dynamic, dynamically created at the beginning of the campaign. All the oceans, continents, rivers, hills, they're all different in every world. The world is made of voxels, which are little building blocks, a bit like Minecraft, but much smaller.
Most people are using voxels for creation. They're using them to create sandboxes where people can build. We're using them for a very different reason. We're using voxels for destruction.
Players can do everything from blow holes in walls, they can dig tunnels and siege from below.
The idea of coming around a corner, finding another player, shooting a fireball, hitting a wall, blowing that up, and having that fall down on that player was just an awesome, awesome idea.
There's 2 types of worlds. Campaign worlds are like a soccer match. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then the players move on and take that experience into the next game. The Eternal Kingdoms, though, are like the whole soccer season.
The Eternal Kingdoms is where you would come back between campaigns. It's where your player housing is. It's also where you would, count your spoils from war or lick your wounds if you didn't have such a successful bout.
The player who owns the world gets to decide things like the taxes and the tariffs and even the PvP rules. Those players completely control those worlds. So in order to get here, originally we put in our own money. Like that was the thing that kicked this entire company off. Then we took a little external money. The real risk, though, at the beginning was, will this Kickstarter take or not, right? It's very much a you either make it or you don't, all or nothing kind of proposition.
So the Kickstarter did make it. We raised $1.8 million, which is
crazy.
Awesomely great. We are the 15th biggest video game Kickstarter ever, and we're going to continue to crowdfund as we move forward.
Yeah, so there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, some people are just finding out about us today, and there's no reason for those people not to be able to join our community. The bigger and more obvious reason is that money really helps. I mean, it helps us reinvest into the game, make the game stronger, bring in additional hires. Everybody wins as a result of amassing more people that really get and love our vision.
So thank you for checking us out, and if you feel like you want to pledge, please hit the pledge button on the page.
And if you already have pledged, thank you so much.
Yep. See you in game.
See you in game.
Hi, my name is Alex. My team and I have spent over 2 years on the development of Dustal. In that time, we have gone through dozens of prototypes and hundreds of alpha versions. Today, we finally want to show you the game we built. Dustal is the world's first open-world battle arena. In the game, we've combined the best parts of a sandbox MMORPG and a fast-paced arena game. We are all MMO veterans, and we want to make our genre fun again for open PvP fans. No more grind, no more pay to win. Dustal is first and foremost designed to be compatible with the busy life of an adult gamer. Our game design for this rests on 3 pillars: meaningful conflict, skill-based combat, and constantly changing worlds. What does that mean in detail? Dave will explain it to you.
Dustal tells the story of a once prosperous civilization that has turned into a dictatorship, and the player's been exiled from their home into a harsh and dangerous valley. Over a few weeks, they need to grow strong enough to break free or perish at the hands of their captors. Everything that you do in Dustal will contribute to something bigger. Raiding a resource spawn in enemy territory will strengthen your economic position, whereas losing your own settlement will be a major setback. Meaningful conflict means that you'll fight on when faced with defeat rather than just typing good game and rejoining a matchmaking queue, because PvP gets really interesting when there's something significant to lose. Open PvP, full loot, and siege warfare do sound harsh at first, but keep in mind that all items in the game are player made and you will be able to replace things. Newer players are especially protected against losing their items as well. In the end, Dustal is a game that will leave you with dozens of stories to tell, like when you and your friend outplayed a group of merciless bandits, or when you and your clan defended your city walls for hours against siege, or when you snuck into a clan settlement and robbed them from right under their noses all by yourself.
Skill-based combat means that we want your actions to be the deciding factor in combat, not the gear you bring or your character's level. 3 things will make this possible. First, natural direct controls. You control your character's movement with the keyboard, and you aim your abilities with the mouse. All abilities are skill shots. No attack is guaranteed to ever hit an enemy. Second, friendly fire. Every spell you cast will affect both allies and enemies, so be very careful where you aim that fireball. Hit a stray target, and you might blow up your own party. Third, vision warfare and scouting. Stealth really matters in a game with limited line of sight. Always keep an eye open, because every patch of tall grass could hide an ambush, and every footstep you leave behind might lead an enemy to track you down.
Constantly changing worlds are about the feeling of being in a new place and knowing that you've got a lot to learn, and so does everyone else around you. So we really want people to feel like they have a lot to explore and interesting game mechanics to play around with all the time. So Dustal has been designed to support hundreds of worlds at the same time, and each of those worlds is unique in rule set and geography. When you first start in a game world, you'll know nothing about it. Each world is randomly generated, so you'll need to explore, find out about its dangers, and find a good place to settle down. So we're not stopping at geography, we do allow for a diverse set of game rules. So if people want to play on a server where there's no mages and archery is very powerful, we can have that. If people want to play on a permadeath server where there's a constant sandstorm across the landscape, that's all possible. People just have to decide what rules they want on their server and we can make it happen.
So I started designing this tile about 6 years ago. Over the last 2 years, 15 amazing people have worked on the game, and this is starting to show. We have a rock-solid game server that supports hundreds of players. The game world and characters look awesome, and most importantly, PvP is a lot of fun.
But we are far from finished. In the end, it's an MMORPG that we are making. So for that, we do need new characters, we need more interesting abilities and equipment for players to use, and we need exciting game worlds where people can explore and find unique locations and build their settlements. So to bring all that together, we need our artists to sit down and focus on creating assets. So for that reason, all of the funds from this Kickstarter will be going directly into our artists' pockets.
And you're not alone in funding the game. With your Kickstarter contribution, you prove to our existing investors that Dustal is both an awesome game and a viable business venture. They will match your funds and we will have the full budget needed to get the game released. So, from one PvP fan to another, please back this Kickstarter campaign, help us make the game we all want to play. A game full of meaningful conflict, skill-based combat, and constantly changing world. Thank you.
Mr. Jake Song, a noted Korean game designer, is currently creating a new MMO based on Sid Meier's Civilization. I'm very pleased to be a part of this process by composing a new theme song for the game.
Jake Song and his team at XL Games putting together a massively multiplayer online version of Civ Online. I'm looking forward to playing it, and I hope you will too.
appreciate everybody who stops by and watches my channel. So if you'd like to see more of my videos, you can click the top right end card and see more of my videos on the playlist, or you can click the bottom right and subscribe to the channel. Once again, one love, and thanks for stopping by. Peace.